Today's video is a ranked list on something I've never seen ranked before. We're looking at the top 5 players in NBA history with the greatest footwork. Clearly, this is going to be a completely subjective list based on my own experiences and based on my observations through the eye test. So with that being said, I imagine many of us will have very different looking lists. So let me know in the comments how your list differs from mine. So without further ado, let's get into it. Number 5. Dirk Nowitzki. This 7-foot sniper is most famous for being a Dallas legend for his iconic jumper and for beating the Super Team Miami Heat in the 2011 NBA Finals. But unfortunately, one of the most severely underrated aspects of his game was his all-time great footwork. Not enough is said about his skills in the post, as he would consistently pirouette on either foot to give himself the best angles for scoring. Sure, his tremendous size and his soft shooting touch helped him become the legend that he is today. But without his tremendous discipline and without his fundamental footwork, he wouldn't have been half of the player that he was. Number 4. Michael Jordan. You just knew the most iconic basketball player in NBA history had to be on here. In his youth, Michael studied the elite footwork of the great David Thompson, and then applied it to his game and quite nearly perfected it. It's easy to look at MJ's career and just assume that he built his legacy on his tremendous speed and leaping ability. But beyond that, MJ was an absolute artist at getting to efficient spots for scoring, using his sound and methodical footwork, especially during the 3 years of the second three-peat. There was almost nothing that MJ couldn't do with his feet, as he had one of the quickest first steps of all time. He had an insane stutter step to throw off the defender, and he could constantly hit jumpers fading in any direction, which worked quite well with his frequent pirouetting on each foot. Number 3. Kevin McHale. You know you're great with basketball footwork when you're given the nickname the Torture Chamber, because of how you dominate defenders in the low post. During the 1980s, McHale was frequently in the discussion for the title of the greatest power forward of all time, and he earned that legacy with his tremendously skillful feet and with his high offensive IQ. You see, McHale wasn't like other great power forwards like Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, or Shawn Kemp, in the sense that he wasn't really all that fast, strong, or particularly athletic. He was simply crafty, intelligent, and disciplined on offense, as he used those advantages to score at will. He shot better than 60% from the field during his prime while being one of the game's top scorers. Unfortunately, his all-time great footwork never quite gets the shine that it deserves, and that's because of another all-time great big man. But I'll elaborate more on that in a bit. Number 2. Kobe Bryant. In the way that Michael Jordan learned his footwork from David Thompson, Kobe Bryant studied the footwork of Michael Jordan. And this might sound controversial to some, but yes, I think he improved upon it. In my opinion, we've never seen better footwork from a guard, as he could make killer moves cleanly in transition. He could have defenders confused as to which way he was going in the post. And thanks to his tremendous ability to score with his left hand, he was often just as deadly pirouetting to his left. All you have to do is watch highlights of Kobe confusing and abusing some of the best wing defenders of his era. In my experience, I've only seen one who was better, and I think even Kobe would have agreed, seeing as he went to him for his teaching. Number 1. Hakeem Olajuwon. The Dream is one of my most favorite and one of the most fascinating players in NBA history. As incredible as he was defensively, he was arguably just as good offensively. His iconic Dream Shake was his go-to post move that had opposing defenders crying for mercy. Now you can't truly appreciate that fact until you understand the era that he played in, as Hakeem went up against some of the greatest centers and some of the greatest defenders of all time, and even they looked completely helpless to stop him. Opposing centers like Shaquille O'Neal, Patrick Ewing, Alonzo Mourning, Dikembe Mutombo, and of course David Robinson. He was so good at this aspect of his game that he's essentially built a career after his NBA career by teaching active players how to replicate his moves. Players like Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Dwight Howard, and Giannis have all sought the counsel from this master of footwork. Why? Because he's simply the GOAT at it. Here's my list of honorable mentions. Should any of these players have made the list instead? I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching as always. Make sure to like and subscribe for more basketball content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.